Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of A Different Outlook. In this episode, I'll share my outlook on the LGBTQ2+ community, and wow, did a lot happen between the moment I wrote my first version of this video and today. But I want to start by saying I am an ally, and I want to be a voice for a community that gets a lot of undeserved hate for just, well, existing. I absolutely do not understand that hate. Why do people care so much about other people's gender identity or sexual orientation? In my opinion, if you ask me my sexual orientation, it's just that you want to have sex with me and, well, you're evaluating your chances. So please, please stop asking grandma. You're making grandpa's funeral very awkward. Before talking about sexual orientation, let's talk about gender identity. Many people say there are only two genders, male or female, and you can't be anything else. And yet, some people identify to neither, so maybe there are other options. And these people, they also deserve to exist and live happily and feel safe in society without being hated. Look, I'm not a psychologist, a psychiatrist, or an expert in sexology or at sex for that matter. And I want to make myself clear again, I am an ally, and I hope everyone can be their true self and accepted and loved for who they really are, except for Nazis, because, well, f them. But I do have a theory, and I might be wrong, that if so many people do not identify to either male or female, it's because of stubborn adults. And stay with me here. When it comes to gender, most of society only sees two very rigid boxes, blue box for male and a pink box for female. And it's programmed so deep in their brains that it starts at the gender reveal party before the kid is even born. Pink powder is for a girl. Blue powder is for a boy. White powder, well, white powder is for one hell of a party. As the kid grows older and starts to make decisions for itself, adults get very uncomfortable if the kid makes decisions that doesn't fit those two very rigid boxes. Let me give you an example. If a boy wants to play with Barbies, many adults will tell the boy, you can't play with Barbies. Barbies are for the little girl. You're not a girl, you're a boy. So you should be playing with soldiers. But then the kid will think, wait, I'm a boy, have a boy's equipment, but I also like to play with Barbies, but the people that I love the most in the world, my family and caretakers, well, they're telling me that I can't be a boy if I like Barbies, but I'm not a girl either, so I don't know, maybe I'm something else. But then when the boy who became a man shows up at home with a Barbie, everyone just high-fives him, telling him how lucky he is. I mean, at that point, I find this pretty confusing. But if the boy who became a man shows up at home with a soldier, he might get disavowed by his family and become an outcast because, well, grown men don't play with soldiers. Make up your mind. Same thing goes for girls. If a little girl likes to play with soldiers, many adults will tell her, you can't play with soldiers. Soldiers are for a little boy. You're not a boy. You're a girl. You should be playing with Barbie. But then the kids will think, wait, but I'm a girl. I have a girl's equipment. But I also like to play with soldiers. But the people I love the most in the world, my family and my caretakers, are telling me that I can't be a girl if I like soldiers. But I'm not a boy either, so maybe I'm something else. But then when the little girl became a woman, and shows up at home with a soldier, she becomes the pride of the family. And if she shows up at home with a Barbie, our friends are just gonna ask if they can watch. Look, I know not everyone thinks that way, but I'm pretty sure enough adults insist that kids fit into either the blue box or the pink box because anything else makes them uncomfortable. Can we just let people be who they are and help them to be happy and feel safe, especially kids? I want to make myself clear. If you identify as anything else than male or female or to a gender different than your gender at birth, I do not think you're confused. I think you're living your truth. I'm happy for you and I sincerely wish you nothing but the absolute best. You are your true self in a society trying very hard to make you something else. And that takes a lot of courage. I see you and I admire you. The haters. Human nature is complex, and that's what makes it so beautiful. I mean, even sexual orientation is a spectrum. By the way, if you think homosexuality is against nature or against God's will, just so you know, homosexuality exists in the animal kingdom, which means it is natural. What does not exist in the animal kingdom is homophobia, so that is unnatural. Also, homosexuality, heterosexuality, and, well, everything in between, they're nothing new. Have you ever read a history book? Okay, well, if you're homophobic, you probably don't read many books. History books show us that sex used to be any hole I can use is good. So stop acting all high and mighty. And to anyone saying, well, we didn't have that many gay people in my days. Yeah, sure, because your married uncle who went hunting every weekend with his best friend George but never catched a single animal was super straight. I mean, look, even I, a heterosexual male, wouldn't consider myself 100% straight. I mean, given the proper circumstances, I'll definitely try something else. Imagine if someone offers me a real-life scenario of marry, and the options are Keanu Reeves, Ryan Reynolds, and my girlfriend. Okay, no. She's not my real girlfriend, okay? But I mean, a guy can dream, right? And Taylor, before you say no, this comes with Canadian citizenship. If these are my options, the choices are pretty obvious. I promise you, honey, you have an amazing funeral. Well, unless you're up for a throuple with Keanu Reeves that I will definitely marry because, well, he's Keanu Reeves. Who wouldn't want to marry him? And I Ryan Reynolds, or he f***s me. Well, I doubt he would accept, but stay with me in this fictional scenario. If you can f*** Ryan Reynolds, you would be stupid not to. I mean, look at him. No, like, seriously, look at him. And he's freaking Deadpool. You would be doing Marvel Jesus, trademark. That's some hot shit. That would also show my 6th grade teacher. She said I would never do anything with my life. Well, I f***ed Ryan Reynolds. How many Ryan Reynolds did you Miss Maple? Whose life's a failure now? Okay, yeah, some trauma there still. All this is to say that sexual orientation is a spectrum. Asking someone's sexual orientation is as relevant as asking them what's their favorite ice cream flavor. In both cases, it's just what fills you with joy when you put it in your mouth. Some people prefer vanilla ice cream. Some people prefer chocolate ice cream. Some people prefer ice cream with nuts. Some people prefer ice cream without nuts. Some people like to mix the flavors. Some people even like to share their ice cream. And let's be honest, we're all a little curious in life. Sometimes you look at someone and even though it's not your favorite flavor, I mean, you'd like to give it just a try, just a quick click, just to see how it tastes. And to the people who say, well, your favorite flavor of ice cream is a choice, you're not born with it. I don't know. I mean, in life, when I have two options, one being just living a normal life, and the other option will get me judged, maybe denied by my own friends and family, make my dating life harder, make me a constant target from hateful group, probably prevent me from marrying the one I love, having people wishing to take my rights away. I mean, I will always choose the second option, right? Because that's what people would choose. Like, seriously, you really think it's a choice? Sexual orientation is not a choice. Being homophobic or transphobic is a choice, and a very bad one. Sexual orientation, you're born with it. You can decide it, just like the color of your eyes or the color of your hair. Maybe you can change it, but then it's fake. So just like I didn't choose the color of my eyes, the color of my hair, or sadly how much I have left, or did I choose the size of my ice cream cone? So let people enjoy their ice cream in peace. And if you obsess so much about theirs, I just assume it's because, well, you can't get any. So that's my outlook on the LGBTQ2 plus community. I want to make it clear that I am an ally and I will continue to fight to make sure members of the community are seen, heard, and respected. I hope people will just stop hating on them for just existing. Life would be better if we all focus on our own ice cream. Speaking of which, well, now I'm hungry. If you like the video, click the like button and why not share it with your friends and family. For notification for my next videos, click subscribe. Thank you so much for watching until the end, and let me know down in the comments, why do you think people are so obsessed about other people's favorite ice cream? I'm Jeff Rodrigue, signing out, hoping you can enjoy your favorite ice cream in peace and in good company. Thanks for watching. I love you all.